Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played. Southampton guys, at home at Old Trafford guys. It was a 0-0 draw. We probably should have won this game if we would have had 11 men on the pitch. We had an incompetent referee in charge in this game, which was very frustrating to have. A red card that should never have been awarded. Just a full of drama and controversy in this game. It was a bit of a mess from the referee. The referee was a joke. Not a great performance by the referee either. Yes guys, let's get straight into today's video. So we made two changes from last game against Liverpool. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Anthony, Sancho, Fernandes, Rashford and Weghorst. Get into the overall reaction now. 10 men Man United held by Southampton and Anthony Taylor, man of the match. Anthony Taylor needs investigating. Due to the circumstances, I'll take it. Missed opportunity, 2 points dropped. Poor officiating. The referee was abysmal, corrupt. We should have won the game with 11 men. Shit. It's disappointing, annoying and frustrating. Not good enough in the end. It's a shame. Don't let the inconsistency creep back in. OK starts the game, giving the ball away too easily, making the runs in from behind. We've had opportunities, trying to be expansive. Southampton have had a few opportunities. Taylor made a world-class save. Casemiro got sent off, changed the game. United had a bit more of the ball, confident going forwards, more of a threat. Should have had a penalty. Southampton have had a better start. Too sloppy, giving possession away too easily. Struggling to get back into the game. Losing out in the midfield battle. Fernandes, big chance, hit the post. Walker-Peters hit the post as well. It was competitive, end-to-end, open game. Game was getting stretched. Southampton had the better chances. Southampton were not clinical. Southampton controlled the second half. United just couldn't get hold of the midfield. The quality showed United would have won. Some okay individual performances. Game management and decision-making was vital. First half was okay, second half was woeful, alright performance. Anyway guys, what did I make of the performance? I think overall, I think the performance was, I think it was alright. I don't think it was our best performance in this game. It was part two of reacting after the Liverpool thrashing, 7-0 thrashing. So it was all about the reaction against Real Betis, which was part one, which was 4-1. And it was part two in the Premier League that we need to see another reaction from the players to put it right in the Premier League against Southampton and to go and win this game. But due to the circumstances in this game, we had to draw this game 0-0 by a referee that was absolutely rubbish. It was absolutely abysmal in this game. Poor refereeing cost us this game. The referee cost us 2 points in this game as well. I think overall, due to the circumstances, I'll take it. I think the points obviously disappointing. Obviously to go down to 10 men shouldn't have happened, my books as well. I just think overall frustrating afternoon, disappointing afternoon for Manchester United not to win the game. I thought we would have won comfortably with 11 men. I think we would have comfortably won it with 11 men. I think overall it was all right. Woeful in parts, but there's not much more we could have done, to be honest. Go down to 10 men, which pretty much changed the game. And obviously Southampton had the better chances and they could have easily won the game themselves. But I think Southampton fans will be disappointed the fact that they've walked away with a point as well. They could have easily beaten Manchester United for the first time since August as well. So I think it'll be disappointing on the Southampton behalf that they didn't win this game. And, you know, obviously disappointed on Man United's side to walk away with a point. And obviously it's a missed opportunity as well. Obviously, you know, teams around us, you know, picking up the points. And we didn't pick up the 3 points because obviously this was a must-win game for Manchester United. So to walk away with a point, not ideal. But it was obviously disappointing overall. And we should be disappointed after that as well, considering that we went down to 11 men. But yeah, we couldn't do much about it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, overall, it wasn't good enough in the end, and we had to settle for a 0-0 draw. Maybe could have sneaked a 1-0 win, but we couldn't in the end. You just couldn't see us scoring, and it was just one of those sort of games, to be honest, where went down to 10 men, and we, you know, the quality just wasn't there from us, and but yeah, just disappointing. And obviously after 35 minutes of the game, you know, we just lost the midfield battle, to be honest. Southampton were much better, could have gone on to win the game in the second half, but they didn't. And I think I don't think we got a lot off one. I think we just, you know, it's not easy when you lose one of your best players in the midfield that controls the whole midfield, and then, you know, you can't get that control back for another 3 games now, so which makes it even harder in the next upcoming games, in the next 3 games now. So it's all down to how we can find the right balance now without Casemiro, and yeah, we just have to it's I don't know what Casemiro could have done much more, but yeah, it's one of them at the end of the day. But getting into the game now, full of obviously the game had kicked off. Obviously, I think it was an okay start on the Man United's behalf. I don't think it was a great start overall. Bit of a slow start. United have been starting these games a little bit slowly of late. It's something that we need to definitely get. When we obviously get back into the next game against Newcastle, we definitely need to start the game quicker, for sure. But yeah, it was an okay start to the game. I thought we're a little bit sloppy, giving the ball away too easily as well. I think obviously I thought we would try making those runs in from behind. Obviously, Rashford trying to make things happen, and obviously we had a few opportunities in the first half. I thought we could have easily gone 1-0 up. Varane had a great chance on a free kick to make it 1-0. That was a chance. I think we were trying to be expansive a little bit more, trying to play out from the back as well, a lot more comfortably as well. But Southampton had a few opportunities as well. They had a great chance that went across goal. No one didn't get on the end of it. And then, De Gea obviously made a world-class save to keep us in the game, which was at 0-0. And then obviously, the big talking point, then obviously Casemiro wins the ball, changes direction, and then obviously just gets sent off. Referee first gives it a yellow card and then reviews it back, and you're just thinking, what the hell are you reviewing back? And then obviously gives him a red card. He was distraught, couldn't believe it himself that he gets sent off in a way like that. As well, I will expand on it a little bit more later into this video as well. But yeah, one of those situations at the end of the day, we went down to 10 men 35 minutes in. Then I thought United looked a little bit better when we went down to 10 men. I thought we looked more a bit of a threat. We looked a bit more, we had a bit more energy about us going forward as well. I thought we had 1 or 2 chances as well. And then obviously, we looked a lot more confident going forwards, I thought. And then I think obviously then Bella Kotchap handballs it as well. Should have been a penalty. That was the first penalty decision that we could have easily got. Another one was when Rashford went down in the box as well. So yeah, we should have at least had a penalty in this game, and we could have easily, if a penalty would have been given, Varane took his chance in the first half. Could have been easily 2-0 in the first half, in my books. And then in the second half, I thought Southampton had a far better start than us. Obviously, they got a grip of the midfield. We went down to 10 men. Made it a lot more harder for Manchester United. We just couldn't find the right balance in the second half. Obviously, change of tactic as well. Had to go to a 4-4-1 as well. But then again, just giving the ball away too easily, too sloppy in times. We were losing out in the midfield battle. I think, it was all down to, when we had the possession, how effective we could be. And that was when Shaw... And then we got into some good positions, into some good forward positions. And then, Fernandes hit the post. Bazunu just got a little touch to it. That could have been a goal as well for United, if the quality showed as well. Then on the other end, Walker-Peters hit the post as well. De Gea was beaten. The game got a little bit more competitive. It was end-to-end. The game opened up and it got stretched a little bit more as well. And then I thought that Southampton had the better chances. I think, obviously Theo Walcott had a great chance as well. Through 1-on-1 with the keeper, should have shot earlier, and he should have gone for power. That could have easily took it 1-0 to Southampton. So I think if Southampton would have took one of their chances, we would have been in the shit, and it would have made it a lot more harder for United to get the goal. And then it would have been a lot more harder for us to get a goal. And I think if Southampton could have got that goal, could have been more resilient in defence, United would have lost. And I think United, don't think we're lucky. I just think Southampton were poor themselves. didn't take their chances. On another day they would have, but not in this game, unfortunately. But yeah, but they were just not clinical in front of goal. And obviously, you know, they controlled the second half a lot more better than us. And then obviously, you know, if the quality showed, we would have won the game. But it was one of those sort of games at the end of the day. And yeah, very disappointing to walk away with a draw. We saw other teams around us winning, and you know, it would have been nice to win this game as well, considering it was a must-win game. But yeah, very disappointing. It just made the game a lot more harder when we went down to 10 men, and we just have to find the right balance now. And obviously, it's nice that Eriksen's coming back, hopefully soon as well. And obviously, you know, it's a shame that we're going to be missing Casemiro for 3 games, and just have to find that right balance now in the next 3 games against Newcastle, Brentford, and Everton. And some of them will be must-wins, and you know, 2 difficult games in there as well. So I think we have to take it game by game, and you know, be ready for all the games that we've got. And you know, we did all right without Casemiro at first, and we have to do it again. So yeah, not the situation that we want to be in, but Casemiro has to take it on the chin and, you know, learn from it. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Shite happens, and you know, you have to move on at the end of the day. Overall, disappointing not to come away with the 3 points. We can all agree the referee had an influence on the game, but we had to show the grit and the resilience after going down to 10 men. I thought we had to show determination in the game. It's not easy when you go down to 10 men. We were down to 10 men for a good 55 minutes in the game, so it was not easy. We had to really show the team spirit as well and the character about us, stay in the game as long as we could. It would have been nice if we would have obviously won the game and obviously got the 3 points. In games like that, in the game against Southampton, a team that's surviving for relegation, fighting for every single game that they've got. But we had to show resilience for sure, great determination and grit as well from United. But I thought it was a commitment by the players. We stood together. You have to do it together as well. I thought we defended well in spells. Could have done better as a unit. Yeah, when we went down to 10 men, I thought we showed great resilience. Not easy to go down to 10 men, draw. Some teams can capitulate, some teams can go and win the games, but we just couldn't find that right balance in the midfield. We couldn't get hold of that midfield in the second half, which made it a lot more harder for United to get back into the game. It was difficult to get back into the game, showed great resilience, great determination and grit as well. Great team spirit and character. Walk away with a point, not what we wanted, but due to the circumstances, we'll have to take it and move forwards and look forwards to the next game at the end of the day. Should Casemiro have seen a red card? Other people are going to have different opinions. I think people are going to say it was a clear red card. Some people are going to say it wasn't a red card. I think for me, sort of look back at it, maybe it was a red card offence, but got the ball, changes direction, he got the ball. Best it's a yellow card, but then they're looking at the follow through, and when they're looking at the follow through in a slow-mo as well, it makes it a lot worse as well. The one decision the referee's going to make, it's a red card. Very frustrating in this game as well that Andre Marino was the referee in the Chelsea-Leicester game, and then 24 hours later everything just dramatically changed. There were some rough tackles in that game. There was a similar challenge in that game. Nothing got given as a red card. 24 hours later, it's a red card. And then 24 hours later than that, it's a yellow card. There's just no consistency in the game, to be honest. You're calling for consistency. One of our best players in the midfield that gets sent off, and then there's just no consistency. I think the referees have had a shocker this weekend, and they've not been great. I think you've seen it in the Newcastle game as well. Nick Pope should have got sent off as well for a pass back as well, or handball or whatever it was. Something happens in the Leicester game, nothing's a yellow card in that, and then 24 hours later it's a red card for Casemiro. He gets his marching orders, and then all of a sudden 24 hours later in the Brentford game, that's not a yellow card, not even a red card offence. There's just no consistency in the game whatsoever. To say that's a red card and nothing else is, and the others' offences are not red cards, I think it's a fucking joke, to be honest. If the others are not been given a red card, why is Casemiro getting a red card? If you're looking at the follow through, look at the follow through in the Leicester-Chelsea game. Look at the follow through in the Southampton-Brentford game as well. It's an absolute farce. It's an absolute joke. Where is the consistency? It's just not good enough. Should United have had a penalty? Definitely. Why did we not get given a penalty? We should have these referees given interviews and give their ideas why these decisions are not being given, because I am sick and tired. Not one of those penalties were not given. The handball on Bella Kotchap was clear handball. Clear handball. That was a penalty. And how that does not go to VAR is an absolute joke as well. And then obviously Rashford, maybe a little tap on Bazunu. I think he probably dived Rashford, but definitely that main one with the handball was definitely a penalty. How that's not given a penalty, I don't know. And I don't know why it didn't go to VAR. It's just an absolute farce, an absolute joke. And I think they've had an absolute nightmare again. The referees, it's just not good enough. This is the world that we're living in at the end of the day. Considering this is our last Premier League encounter before the international break, we played Real Betis 1-0, beat Fulham 3-1 in the FA Cup. Has the international break come at the right time? Maybe. United in the Premier League, I'm not worried, but maybe just thinking don't let the consistency creep back in. Maybe United have got 12 games to go now this season. Other teams have only got 10. United have 2 games in hand on some teams as well. It's the fact that I think United can go into this international break, assess things. I think Ten Hag can analyse a lot of the games back, what we can improve on for sure. Massive crucial games are where we're going to have to pick up the wins for sure. Also the Brentford and Brighton games, they're going to be 2 must-wins as well. And I think if we can beat Newcastle next weekend, I think that's going to be a crucial game. I think if we beat Newcastle, that could be 3rd secured, and that'll be Newcastle battling for 4th with Tottenham. I think if we win our game, we need to win, and I think get together as a team. Some players can obviously have a nice rest, rejuvenate, go again, and obviously some of the other players obviously go on their international, be ready for the next game against Newcastle. I think the international break's come at the right time for United. Obviously some of our players are getting a little bit fatigued now, getting a little bit tired. A much needed rest, a good rest for some of these players. Some of them are going on the international breaks. Go and enjoy it. Good 4 weeks of training, and we should be get ready back for it and push on and give it everything that we've got in the last 12 games for sure. Who is my man of the match? I think it's difficult, to be honest, in a game like this, and considering we drew it 0-0. I thought De Gea had a good game. I thought Wan-Bissaka was alright. I thought Varane had a good game. Martinez had a good game as well. Luke Shaw had a good game. I thought Casemiro, you can't really judge on because he got sent off. Anthony could have done more. Sancho could have done more. I think Fernandes had a good game as well. Again, added that chance as well. Rashford could have done better, and Weghorst was poor again. I think for me, I'm going to give this De Gea big moments, big times. I think for me, De Gea is going to be my man of the match. It would have been nice if we would have sneaked a 1-0 win, and definitely whoever would have got that goal would have been my man of the match. But unfortunately, it'd have to be De Gea for me. How do we beat Newcastle? Now, obviously, we've got Newcastle in our next fixture. Obviously, this is going to be a tight and tactical game against Newcastle. Newcastle will be looking for revenge after the Carabao Cup final. I think going back to St James's Park is going to be difficult to go and get a result. We've only lost at home once this season. It's going to be difficult to go away from home and get a result against Newcastle. I think Newcastle have been playing well themselves. United have already beaten them once this season in the Carabao Cup final. We know how to beat this Newcastle side. They're a great side, got a great manager, got a lot of quality all over the pitch. But to go to teams that only lost once, you have to perform well for a full 90 minutes, and you've got to go with the right mindset, the right mentality. You've got to prepare well for games like this. And games like this against Newcastle are always going to be physical. We know what Newcastle can do. Key points of the players like Almirons that can cut back inside and be dangerous as well. Obviously, Joe Linton just popping up from behind as well in the midfield as well. We've got St Maximin on the other side, so they've got players that can cause a threat and definitely will cause us problems for sure. So I think Newcastle, they're going to give everything that they've got here against Manchester United. They want revenge. They want the 3 points. It's going to be a big occasion for Newcastle. So I think to go to places like Newcastle that are tough places to go, I think it's all about getting the first goal. And when you get that first goal against Newcastle, it shuts up their fans. And then obviously I know the fans are going to be on their backs, and obviously because they want to see a reaction. But in these sort of games against Newcastle, you've got to punish them. And I think when you punish them, they make mistakes. And that's what they did against Liverpool when Liverpool punished them. Obviously, Nick Pope made a massive mistake and he got sent off, so it obviously helped Liverpool a little bit tactically as well to go and win that game. So United have to perform well for a full 90 minutes. We have to be able to turn up to this game. Won't be easy, it will be difficult, but it's going to be a tough afternoon. But I definitely do think when you look at the team on paper, we have the quality to go and beat them. It will be a tough game, but we have to give them a good game, and I think it will all down to be the fitness levels for sure. It doesn't help United's situation, the fact that we've got another game after that against Brentford midweek. So it's all about the rotation and the squad that we do, the squad rotation. So yeah, we have to be ready for this game against Newcastle, and we have to turn up, play well, and we have to perform well, defend well as a team. And it's all about what we do with the ball as well. This is obviously one of the games that Casemiro is going to be missing, so we have to obviously find the right balance in the midfield and try and get a grip of that midfield if we can. And then it's all about how effective we can be with the ball and out and without the ball as well. So yeah, going to be a tough afternoon, but we've got to be ready, and we're going to have to stay switched on and stay concentrated and stay focused at all times. But obviously Newcastle will look for revenge after the Carabao Cup final. They're the draw specialists. They've drawn about 11, 12 games this season, but they'll put they'll put the ball in the right channels. Tough place to go, as you know. They'll give it everything that they've got. They'll be organised. They'll be well drilled. They'll be tight and compact, defensively strong. Make the right decisions going forward. You know, they're aggressive, ruthless, play with high intensity, high tempo, play with energy. They'll get between the lines. They'll work hard to win the ball back. They'll be physical. They'll be direct. They'll get in your faces. They'll exploit and expose the spaces high up the pitch. They'll show fight, heart, passion, pride. But they're very clever and intelligent, and they'll be brave. They'll take risks, and their wingers like going back inside as well. So it's all about up here, and we're gonna have to be ready for this game, definitely for sure against Newcastle. But we're gonna have to be able to defend properly as a team, defensively be organised. Gonna have to keep it tight and compact, defensively frustrate them. Needs to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, play for energy, create the spaces, take your chances. Need to be clinical. Got to get the crosses into the box, drag them out of position, be brave, take risks. Set pieces could come into play in a game like this as well. You know, we've got to play with a width, got to get between the lines, got to close them down, don't let them get back into the game, don't leave any decision, don't let them make any spaces open. They'll show incredible team spirit, character, fight as well. We've got to do the basics right though as well. Game management and decision making will be vital. Got to get tight, don't let them get a shot off, sustain your attacks, do the basics, win your 50-50s, win your second balls, win your duels. Got to put them on their back foot, keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective, force them to make mistakes, put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside, don't afford to make mistakes, make the runs in from behind, don't get pulled out of position, be explosive, and keep Isaac and Wilson quiet. Getting into the stats now, possession for Man United, it was 46.7%, and for Southampton it was 53.3%. Goals for Man United, it was 0, for Southampton it was 0. Total shots for Man United, it was 10, for Southampton it was 17. Shots on target for Man United, it was 4, and for Southampton it was 4. Accuracy for Man United, it was bang on 40%, and for Southampton it was 23.5%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 6, and for Southampton it was 8. Shots outside of the box for Man United, it was 4, and for Southampton it was 9. Total passes for Man United, it was 389 passes. Southampton, it was 444 passes. Pass accuracy for Man United, it was 78.1%, and for Southampton it was bang on 84%. Getting to the substitutions now, Weghorst went off McTominay. Talk about Wade's performance. Wasted a good headed chance when it was 11 versus 11. Hopes for Scott McTominay, but Casemiro was sent off. Sancho went off for Garnacho. Talk about Jaden's performance. Played one fine pass to Rashford, who miscontrolled. Sancho drifted to the right too often, and he was supposedly to play centrally. Anthony went off for Pelestri. Talk about Anthony's performance. Too one-dimensional, and Southampton often read Anthony's intention to cut inside, and he was sacrificed for more a direct winger. Martinez went off and Maguire. Talk about Lisandro's performance, booked for a cynical foul. Carlos Alcaraz, like against Crystal Palace, improved when United were reduced to 10 men. Garnacho went off for Fred. Talk about Alejandro's performance, had plenty of the ball but did little with it and was substituted after injury. Just unfortunate for Garnacho, unfortunately. Next up, we've got Newcastle. Newcastle, 5th in the league. This is going to be a tough game against Newcastle. We're expecting a tight and tactical game. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I think it could be end-to-end. Both teams are going to have the chances. I think it's all about taking your chances. You've got to be clinical in front of goal. I think, like I said before, Newcastle are going to be looking for revenge after the Carabao Cup final. Going to give it everything that they've got. They're fighting for the top 4 at the minute as well. Start it the best way possible. It'd be nice to start it off with a win, with a bang against Newcastle. I think a win against Newcastle will give us confidence as well, securing 3rd place as well for Manchester United as well. Tough game against Newcastle. In a game like this, you have to be able to play well for a full 90 minutes. You've got to turn up as well. You have to be aggressive. You have to be ruthless. You have to be rampant. You have to take them out of their comfort zone as well. They're a good side. Got a lot of quality all over the pitch. Got some great players there to hurt us as well. So we're going to have to be ready for that. Almiron, take Maximin, like cutting him back inside as well. I think we have to be ready up here mentally. We've got to go with the right mindset, the right mentality. Well, we're going to prepare well for a game like this. It's going to be physical. They're going to like to play a bit more direct as well when they may be 1-0 down. Go into a game like St James's Park, lost one game at home this season. You have to play at your best for a full 90 minutes, and it's all about getting that first goal as well. If we can score that first goal, that'll shut up their fans, but then it's all down to have to be able to take control and dominate that game. A bit more difficult than usual without Casemiro. So it's all about how effective we can be, but with possession and without possession. It's going to be difficult. We've done it before, and we've won games without Casemiro. Get the right balance in the midfield. Have to defend well as a team, as a unit as well. What we do with the ball then, and what we can do to hurt them as well. When we get the possession, we have to be effective, and then it's all about making the right decisions going forward. We have to take risks. We're going to have to be brave, and then we have to take our chances and be clinical. Score a goal, and if we can score a goal, take them out of their comfort zone, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for Newcastle to get back into the game. It's going to be big, it's going to be vital. We need the 3 points here. It'd be a big win against Newcastle. Full focus on this game first against Newcastle, then we look forward to the game after that. We're going to have to play with courage, intent, conviction, and we're going to have to turn up to a game like this against Newcastle. Newcastle are scoring 1.5 goals per game, and Newcastle are scoring 0.7 goals per game. Newcastle have the best defence in the league as well, to look for as well, but obviously Newcastle have won 12 games, drawn 11 and lost 3. They've lost to Liverpool 2-1, Liverpool 2-0, and Man City 2-0. Newcastle have only lost one game at home this season, so we have to be out of our best from start to finish. The players that I call up for is Pope, Trippier, Botman, Byrne, Carl Lascelles, Target, Richie, Fraser, Murphy, Almiron, Willock, Anderson, Longstaff, Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Gordon, Wilson, St Maximin, and Isaac. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel for all I know, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace. I need your love. I need